press the bell icon on the YouTube app and never miss another update.
My dear students, last discussion of surface tension. In this, we have to study the shape of the meniscus and capillarity, and hence the capillarity, or due to the phenomena of surface tension, the capillary rise is given by the formula 2d cos theta by rho gr. Capillarity is the phenomena. Due to the property of surface tension, there is rise and fall in the level of liquid. Due to the property of surface tension, the free surface of liquid may rise or fall, and this phenomena is known as capillarity. To discuss capillarity, there is one theta. That theta we call as angle of contact. This angle of contact theta is less than 90 in case of adhesive liquid. Example, say water in a capillary tube. For a pure water, this theta is equal to 0. Depending on the type of liquid, here water is adhesive liquid which will wet the glass surface. For such type of liquid, the angle of contact is 90 degrees. And in case of cohesive liquid, best example is, say, mercury. Mercury is more cohesive. When it is taken into a glass tube, fine capillary tube, mercury does not stick, does not wet the glass surface. On such cohesive liquid, this theta is greater than 90, and for mercury it is about 135. For a cohesive liquid, the angle of contact is greater than 90. A liquid which does not stick, which does not wet the glass surface, is known as cohesive liquid. Example is mercury. For a mercury, angle of contact is 135. To understand this, let us say angle of contact, which is denoted by letter theta. Now you take a fine glass tube whose radius is negligible. R is the radius of capillary tube. Capillary tube is a glass tube with a fine bore whose radius is very less. The radius is about of the order of millimeter, say approximately 1 to 2 millimeter. Negligible. Radius of such a glass tube is negligible. Capillary tube, a glass tube with a fine narrow bore whose radius is negligible, we call that as a capillary tube. When it is dipped in a liquid, depending on the type of liquid like adhesive or cohesive, the shape of the meniscus changes. When a capillary tube is dipped in water, there is concave upward. Let us say this is air media. This is entirely water here. This rise or this shape, when measured with respect to glass, this is liquid surface, with respect to glass plate, when you observe the angle, you have to measure inside the liquid. This angle has to be measured inside the liquid between the tangent drawn to the surface of the liquid, tangent drawn to the surface of liquid with a glass plate, the angle measured inside the liquid. Angle measured inside the liquid. Angle means between the two lines. Inside the angle between the tangent drawn at the point of contact to the liquid with glass plate. If you observe this, this theta is less than 90 degree in case of adhesive liquid. This theta is less than 90 for what kind of liquid? Adhesive liquid. Means when a fine tube is dipped in a liquid, due to the property of surface tension, there is a rise in the level of water, and there is a shape of the meniscus which is observed is found to be a concave meniscus, a substance which wets the glass surface always form a meniscus which is of the form concave meniscus. The shape of the meniscus is concave. If you observe in case of say adhesive liquid, this is in case of adhesive liquid. For a cohesive liquid, like mercury, the shape is found to be convex. A substance, a liquid which do not wet the glass plate, which do not stick onto the glass plate, will form a convex meniscus. Convex meniscus, that is upward at the air media. Here bulged at the air, towards air. It is said it has some depression at the air media. This shape is concave. This shape is convex. So here if you observe the entire liquid which is more cohesive, which is take as an example of mercury, again I told angle is measured, angle of contact is measured inside the liquid between the two lines. What are those two lines? One, tangent drawn to the surface of liquid at the point of contact with a glass surface. And this angle, if I observe, this angle is called angle of contact, and this theta is obviously greater than 90 degree. And for mercury, it is about 135 degree. Hence the shape of the meniscus in case of cohesive liquid is always convex towards air media or concave towards liquid surface. In case of adhesive, the shape of the meniscus is concave towards air, convex towards the liquid surface. This will help you to identify the shape of the meniscus and hence the angle of contact. In this form, we have to study this formula where T is surface tension, rho is density, R is radius of the capillary tube, theta is angle of contact. And with this, let us understand that formula with 2-3 steps, my dear students. Now here, for a angle less than 90, cos theta is always positive. For an angle less than 90, cos theta is positive, therefore H is always positive. But in case of adhesive liquid, cohesive liquid, theta is greater than 90. For greater than 90, cosine function is negative. Cosine function is negative. Therefore, for a cohesive liquid which does not wet the glass plate, means for example, when a capillary tube is dipped in mercury, definitely there is a fall in the level of liquid by understanding the concept of angle of contact. I think understood this. And one more suggestion, my dear students. Having these three terms as constant, 2T divided by rho gr, having for a given liquid, surface tension is constant, G is constant, rho is constant and R is constant. How H and theta, cos theta are related now? Directly proportional. Therefore, in trigonometry, if you observe the cosine function, cos 0 is 1. Cos 90 is 0. Means as the angle increases, cosine value goes on decreasing. You can have this in your mind. In trigonometric function, for cos theta, lowest value, if I take theta is 0, smallest angle theta is 0, you will get 1. Cos 90 is 0. As theta increases from 0 to 90, cosine value goes on decreasing. Therefore, there is fall in the level of liquid. That capillary rise, what we say H, the value of H goes on decreasing as the value of theta increases. Have this in your mind. Now, say I have free surface of liquid, means change in pressure is 0 and the adhesive force become equal to the cohesive force. Adhesive force is equal to the cohesive force, then there is the shape of the meniscus is plane like this. If adhesive force is equal to cohesive force, let us understand this. Say I have plane surface, say water taken in a beaker. What happens here? If the condition matches the first condition, what is that first condition? Adhesive force which will stick on to the walls of the container. This we say walls of a container. When it stick to the glass plate, when say water, this is I take some liquid, any liquid, which may wet the glass plate or may not. Such that if this adhesive force and the cohesive force exists between the molecules. If these two forces, Fa is becoming equal to Fc, then the shape of the meniscus is plane. Here you must say that cohesive force and adhesive force are equal. First condition. Second one, say for more adhesive liquid, We have studied just now. I am explaining with the kind of forces what we get. Suppose if I observe, say this is water, and this one is glass plate. In this case, this adhesive force and there will be some cohesive force. If the resultant of these two, if I calculate this such that there will be some resultant force, Fr let us say. If at all this Fa is greater than this resultant of Fa and Fc. Resultant of Fa and Fc have some resultant force. If that resultant force is less than the adhesive, means adhesive force is more powerful. On that case, what happens? With the help of traveling microscope, if you observe the corner where there is in contact between liquid, free surface of liquid and the water, there is somewhat rise in the level of water. There is some rise in the level of water. With the help of microscope, if we observe such that the resultant of adhesive force and the cohesive force, that is Fr, is less than the adhesive force, or adhesive force is greater than the resultant of these two, the shape of the meniscus is concave. And as just we studied, the angle measured inside the liquid between the tangent and the glass surface, and that theta is obviously less than 90. Similarly, third point, if I reverse this such that there is a mercury which does not stick onto the glass plate. Mercury, in which here it is, mercury has more cohesive force, such that cohesive force is much greater than the adhesive force. Here liquid does not hit the glass plate. Obviously there is some adhesive force, let us say Fa, and there is some cohesive force between the molecules of a mercury. If I calculate the resultant of these two, then definitely you will get some force, resultant force, this resultant force of Fc and Fa is much greater than the adhesive force, then the shape of the liquid is found to be convex. Shape of the meniscus is found to be convex, and hence the angle measured inside the liquid between the two lines, what are they? Tangent drawn to the free surface of liquid with the glass plate, you have to measure the angle inside the liquid, and this theta is greater than 90. The shape of the meniscus is convex. I think you understood this. With this idea, now let us understand the last concept of the session during capillary rise. Let us say you have taken some beaker filled with water, and as water is more adhesive, and the resultant compare with the Fa and Fc, the resultant of Fa and Fc is found to be less than that of adhesive force. Means it is, or we say Fa is more than that of Fr. Liquid is more adhesive, Hence there is some rise. If I observe with a traveling microscope, there is more rise in the level of the liquid. Now what we shall do is take a fine narrow bore, a glass tube with a fine narrow bore in it. When it is inserted in a liquid, due to the property of surface tension and water stick wets the glass surface, there is rise in the level of the liquid up to certain height. Up to there is some balancing of pressure. What is that? Let us understand. Until the pressure become equal or the pressure difference become equal to 0, until the equilibrium, say let us say when equilibrium is reached, finally the liquid will take some shape. What the shape is? Concave meniscus. And let us understand that H is the capillary rise from the level of the liquid. In this diagram, as I told, small r is radius of capillary tube. H is the capillary rise. You must say. When glass is dipped in a liquid like water, water is more adhesive. Water particles will wet the glass surface, hence there is adhesive force, and due to the property of surface tension and due to the pressure difference, there is a rise in the level of the liquid. Up to what height? Until there is some equilibrium is reached. What is that equilibrium? Let us understand. Now outside the capillary tube, who is there? Atmospheric pressure. Here also. Atmospheric pressure. Here also. Atmospheric pressure. Let us understand some points here. A and B and C. A, B, C, and one more point, let us say D here. Now from the principle of hydrostatic paradox, means at the same horizontal level, pressure remains constant, irrespective of the shape of the container. Pressure at the same horizontal level should remain constant. That means I am equating the pressure at the horizontal level. Equating the pressure at horizontal level means pressure at A should be is equal to pressure at the point B. Equating the pressures at same horizontal reference line. So what is the pressure at this point A now? Atmospheric pressure. Atmospheric pressure equal to pressure at point B is, there is, if I go inside the liquid, B lies below the surface, means I have certain depth. Looking from the top side, B is at a depth, how much it is? H. So pressure at a depth is given by the formula rho GH. Pressure at a depth below the surface of liquid, below the surface C, what is the pressure depth? H. For the formula rho GH plus, there is some point, that is C, which is lying just below CD, and pressure at C. Pressure at B is rho GH plus the pressure at point C. Why? Because at point C, I have some interface here. What that interface is? Air-water interface. At point C, below the concave meniscus, I have point C. Above the concave meniscus, there is air. I have air to water contact. When I have, say, spherical shape, meniscus of radius r, meniscus. I have taken a glass tube here, glass tube. If I observe the meniscus, it looks like not a sphere. You must take that as a circle of radius r. Say this is inside, this one is inside the glass tube of radius r. Should be very careful. Glass tube of radius r is the radius of the meniscus. Let us take this is the center now. Inside this, who is there? Air. Outside this meniscus, who is there? Water. Between this, I have one interface, air to water interface, one interface. There is some excess pressure, that is pressure at the concave surface. Pressure at concave, inside pressure is more than that outside. That is, PD is always greater than PC here. PD is always greater than PC. That is, there is difference in pressure. PD minus PC, that is, we have shown, that is 2T divided by R. For a concave meniscus, there is a pressure, my dear students, we should take this as a sphere, my dear student, not a circle. This has a spherical shape which is filled with air and dipped in water. Means between this air and water I have one interface, that is air-water interface. For air to water interface, that at the concave surface, pressure is always more. That is, PD is always greater than PC. PD is always greater than PC by how much? 2T by R. For say liquid drop or oil drop or say air bubble in liquid. Air, it acts like an air bubble in water. To understand clearly, this is a sphere in shape of radius r, surrounded by whom here? Water. There is a air-water interface. You have to be careful. You are taken a capillary tube. Inside the capillary tube, I have one interface here, that is separating air and water. There is excess pressure at the concave surface. Excess pressure at the concave surface, that is pressure at D is greater than that at C. By how much it is? 2T by R. So with this, what is pressure at D now? Pressure at D is what? PA. Pressure at D is PA minus PC, that is equal to 2T by R. So substituting here, what I will get? PA is equal to, I can write this in the left side itself. PA is equal to, take PC to the right side. PC, PC plus 2T by R, rho GH plus PC cancels here. Rho GH is equal to 2T by R is the formula, standard formula. Be careful, again I am telling you, capital R is radius of the meniscus. Radius of the meniscus which is formed at the point of contact between water and the glass plate. Since water is, I am right, water wets the glass surface, water is more adhesive, therefore the shape of the meniscus is concave, theta is less than 90, H is positive, there is a rise in the level of the fluid. Now, what this small r is? Radius of the capillary tube. You must have some relation between capital R and small r. My dear students, we need a capillary rise here. H is equal to 2T. 2T, copy this to the denominator, that is rho G and capital R. How we got cos theta, I am explaining. Many students may have a confusion in writing with capital R and small r. Capital R is radius of the meniscus, which is large, where small r is the radius of the capillary tube. I think you understood that. With this explanation, now I am writing the magnified view of the meniscus and with the capillary tube. Here we write the center O, radius is capital R, radius of the meniscus, and writing radius of the capillary tube as small r. And there is an angle theta which is measured inside the liquid, that is theta. That is a angle of contact is measured inside the liquid here. I think you understood the diagram. By the geometry, what this is? Tangent to the liquid surface. Now at this point I have written theta here, and this angle is vertically opposite angle, theta. And this angle becomes 90 minus theta. When this is 90 minus theta, this angle should be theta. Tangent and radius are perpendicular. These two are vertically opposite angle. This angle is 90 minus theta and this remaining angle is theta. And looking at this triangle, capital R and small r, just define cos theta is equal to adjacent side divided by hypotenuse. Therefore, capital R is equal to small r divided by cos theta. By the geometry and by looking at small r and capital R, the relation between small r and capital R is that much. So, therefore, final answer H is equal to 2T divided by rho G capital R. Capital R is R cos theta, take the numerator, theta cos theta to the numerator. So, my dear students, understand this concept. In competitive paper, be familiar with this formula 2T cos theta divided by rho GR. To understand that formula, I have explained, you have learned in your previous classes, but you have forgotten, and I have memorized for you. Then recall this formula correctly. The capillary rise is given by the formula 2T cos theta divided by rho GR, where T is surface tension of the given fluid, theta is angle of contact, rho is the density of the given liquid, G acceleration due to gravity, small r is radius of the capillary tube, capital R is radius of the meniscus. So, with this, my dear students, let us understand the simple logic behind that formula and conclude the chapter. Now, taking this formula into account, what they ask is, for a given liquid, density is constant, surface tension is constant, taking cos theta as constant, how H and R related? Inversely related. First discussion. Means if they ask the comparison of capillary rise, when radius of the capillary tube is changed, say H2 by H1 is inversely proportional R1 by R2. Suppose if they give example, say R1, they take radius of the another capillary tube which is half of the initial. So what you will get? R2, R1 cancels, therefore H2 will be is equal to 2 times of H1. Such type of problems you can expect, simple problems. 1. G is constant here, my dear students. Now taking different kinds of liquid. So let us say I have 3 liquids here. Rho 1 is greater than, rho 2 is greater than rho 3. Then they ask what this theta, what is going to happen to this theta? What is the range of theta that you will get for rho 1, rho 2 and if rho 1 is greater than, rho 2 is greater than rho 3, they will give some options here. Theta 1 like this. Theta 1 less than theta 2 and so on. Method option, all of them are equal to theta 3. Some options they may give, none of the above. My dear students, I am asking you, be ready with the formula. What they have given? They have given a capillary tube of radius r, dipped separately in 3 different liquids of densities rho 1, rho 2 and rho 3, rho 1 greater than rho 2 and rho 3, then the angle of contact of those liquids lies in the range. For that, what is your response? Now in this formula, what I say is cos theta proportional to rho here. Cos theta proportional to rho. As rho 1 is greater than rho 2, rho 1 is greater than rho 2 and say greater than rho 3, what will happen now? Cos theta 1 greater than cos theta 2 greater than cos theta 3. That means what? Obviously, thus theta 1 should be less than theta 2 less than theta 3. Means in trigonometry, as you go from theta 0 degree to 90 degree, if you go from 0 degree to 90 degree, here cos 0 is 1 and cos 90 is 0. Means as angle theta increases here, the cosine value goes on decreasing. Cosine value goes on decreasing. Means if I observe the angle theta from 0 to 90, cosine value decreases. With that logic, means cos theta 1 is greater than, for example, let us say cos 30, I write here, cos 30 is greater than cos say 60 degree. Cos 30 is how much? Root 3 by 2 is greater than cos 60 is 1 by 2. What is root 3? 1.732 by 2. This is what? 0.5. Means 0.6 say 6. Okay. 0.866 is greater than 0.5. That means 30 degree, if I compare with the 60 degree, if I compare cos 30 is greater than cos 60, my dear students. See here, logic. Cos 30 is greater than 60 degree, but 30 degrees less than 60. This is the concept we have here. What is the maximum angle that you will get here? 90. So this theta 1 may be less than equal to 0. In the question paper, they may ask 4 options. Among 4 options, right option is this. I think you understood this. With this, my dear students, in all corners, fluid mechanics, synapses is covered, and I request you that if you see many books, you can practice the problems, but thing is, you should be ready with the basic concept. ನನ್ನ ಸಜೆಷನ್ ಏನಪ್ಪ ಅಂದರೆ, ಎಷ್ಟು ಬುಕ್ಗಳನ್ನು ನಾವು ಮಾಡಿದರೂ ಕೂಡ ಸಮಾಧಾನ ಇರಲ್ಲ. ಎಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಬರುತ್ತೆ ಲೆಕ್ಕ? ಬೇಸಿಕ್ ಲೆವೆಲಲ್ಲಿ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಯಾರು ತಿಳ್ಕೊಂಡಿರ್ತೀರೋ, ಅದು ಫಾರ್ಮುಲಾ ಅಪ್ಲಿಕೇಶನ್ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಕಲ್ತ್ರಿ ಅಂದರೆ ತುಂಬ ಈಸಿ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು. ಟೇಕ್ ಕೇರ್. and let us continue in the next class.